What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. We got me, we got Ramon, we got Cheezeburger. Welcome back, cuz, fresh from your tour. How'd that shit go?
It was wow. I didn't miss that.
You know you did.
No, I did. I missed a big guy.
We gave you a
lot
little
of fun.
jarred one that you can unscrew, kind of smell the burp and screw it back on,
in.
savor it.
I actually played pranks on my bandmates with that. They now hate my fucking guts.
That's why you're out of the band now? That's why you're home so early?
No, different reason. Going back out again in July. But,
Good.
That 2 weeks was a hell of a lot of fun. Can't wait to do it again. And yeah, met some cool people.
For anybody that doesn't know, our boy Cheezeburger over here is a well-accomplished musician, which is actually more of a talent than any of the rest of us have.
It's true.
What do you play again? Was it lead guitar or bass guitar?
Lead guitar. Yeah.
Okay, and you do backup vocals?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In which band is it? I already know it, but tell the fans.
It's Year of the Locust. You can check us out on iTunes. You can find us at yearoftheLocust.com, Facebook, Instagram, the whole spiel. So.
Now, mind you, I actually used to listen to this band before my boy got hooked up with them, so it kind of says a lot. Now, if you are into Seether, Breaking Benjamin, any kind of band like that, very similar music stylings, heavy metal, but not like that really like kind of heavy metal. Like you can actually understand the lyrics and enjoy them.
No Arnold heavy metal. That's none of that.
Right, I don't want to drop no names and discredit no other bands, but you know the kind of people I'm talking about. The kind where you can't understand nothing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I've been to several of their shows. They're absolutely excellent. I do have a CD, and we have a couple of download cards that you were fortunate enough to give to us.
Yeah. So it's a download card of the album. The album's called Home, so we're going to be giving those away in the near future.
We're going to add to our Zelda giveaway, which is right over here. Got the statues down below, and I'm holding the Hyrule Historia right over here. We're going to add a Year of the Locust download card to that, so you can also win one and check out Pete's band. I do highly recommend you do it because it is definitely worth your time.
Cool.
So here's to you. Much success.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can drink the water. Welcome back. Glad you took some time out to come to the basement and talk some comics with us.
Absolutely.
I've got some pretty cool books to talk about this week. So far, we got from Dark Horse, Mulan Revelations, issue 1. We got The Order of the Forge, concludes with issue 3. From DC, we got Batgirl 41, Green Lantern, The Lost Army, number 1. Justice League 3001, number 1. We Are Robin, number 1. From Dynamite, we got Swords of Sorrow, The Black Sparrow and Lady Zorro special, and The Shadow 100. From IDW, we got Indestructible Stingray, issue 1. From Image, we finally got Legacy of Luthor Strode, issue 2. That took its sweet time. From Magnetic, we got Poet Anderson, The Dreamwalker, number 1. That was from way back in April. And from Marvel, we got Age of Ultron versus Marvel Zombies, Ant-Man Larger Than Life, E is for Extinction, The Korvac Saga, and Runaways. Book of the Week, I think, has to go to Order of the Forge. Concluded with a mild issue 3. I could have read 3 more of these.
Yeah.
Easily.
It was kind of abrupt, I thought.
Yeah.
I missed issue 2, but...
Oh, well, we have it for you. We can happily loan it to you.
Cool.
Basically, the concept here was, what if the Founding Fathers were superheroes? George Washington gets himself a magic axe, and as a result, the magic imbues his friends, Paul Revere and Ben Franklin, with, other characteristic traits. Paul Revere gets a super fast, indestructible horse.
That's pretty bad.
Named Guillotine.
Yeah, which is like the hooves
Ben
on fire.
Franklin is a ridiculous genius. Like you see his brain expanding and shit. The
artwork
so he's like
was the leader.
Kind of, yeah. Without the crazy mutated brain.
All right.
But he's inventing things that should not be invented in the 1700s.
Yeah, you see a really good example of this in this issue, which is pretty badass.
We could just tell them, we could drop the cheese right over there and just let them know that Homeboy breaks out a Gatling gun.
Yeah, that
everybody else is sitting there.
His stagecoach morphs into it. I'm like, this is some Iron Man level shit going on here.
Yeah,
and everybody else is stuffing their muskets.
Like,
literally, they're sitting there like
that?
stuffing their muskets, and they're like, what the fuck? And he's like, eat hot science, motherfuckers. Classic.
And that's
shit.
a direct quote.
Yes, it is.
So, these guys, Ben Franklin, Paul Revere, and George Washington, obviously came from like East New York, Brooklyn.
Hey.
And Betsy Ross.
It's funny you mentioned the lack of the Queen's vernacular in this series because it was something that caught our attention almost immediately when we read the first issue.
Within like the first 3 pages, I think. Yeah.
Because every issue, every book or movie or TV series of this sort, you're used to them talking in these and theys and thines and Jupiter's cock this if you watch Spartacus.
Seriously, Juno's cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were colorful with it, don't get me wrong. But
yeah, that's very
nevertheless, this was very like they stepped out of Brooklyn kind of thing.
Yeah.
We had the pleasure of asking the author, Donn Berdahl, about this.
Co-author.
Co-author. You
Creator,
are
definitely creator.
definitely the creator. And here's a clip of that interview right now. And one of the things that we loved about this book the most was obviously the concept of the Founding Fathers having superpowers was, and no pun intended, revolutionary. Nobody had ever tried that idea before. Nobody had gone down that path. One of the things that we found that stood out the most to us right off the bat, and it wasn't a criticism, it was just, this was different to us. Because every, let's say TV show, every HBO show or movie or whatever has people like that talking in that extra proper, either British tone or that, like everybody, think Lord of the Rings, if you would. Everybody's fucking British, like everybody has that proper accent and everything. And these guys were talking kind of like us, in the vernacular. Basically just Americanized, just full-blown, fuck you, what the fuck is going on kind of shit. What was your inspiration behind them making them talk normal as opposed to fitting that stereotype where they're from this era, they have to talk this particular way, Spartacus style, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, totally fair questions. And as a matter of fact, out of the 25 or 30 bloggers and folks, comic book reviewers that have looked at our stuff, it's been overwhelmingly positive. Having said that, as a creative person, you can't hang your hat on what everybody thinks, because obviously it's a subjective thing and not everyone's going to like what you do. And one of the criticisms from 2 or 3 people were, they loved everything about it, but it kind of waxed them a little bit that these guys were throwing F-bombs and they didn't say thee and ye and all that kind of stuff. So I know exactly where you're coming from. Having said that, if you think about it, like what I'm doing, it's not history. What we have that saying, it's, historical fiction. And I like to call it fictional history. I'm like the complete, not 180 degrees, but I'm a long way away from history. I'm taking very loose historical, license with what I'm doing. So the reason I did that is I wanted to shock readers. If I was Marvel, I could just kind of do this patented thing and roll it out, and more power to them. But I wanted to create a comic book that was edgy and interesting for people and shocking, so that they were thinking of George Washington in a way they've never thought of. From him being 21 years old, we all think of him with a wig on and, 50 years old and just, I don't know. It's like, that's all I knew of him until I really started digging into this. And I thought, how cool would it be to turn him into a 21-year-old guy? Which then led me to, literally, we had a lot of debate about this. And I was adamant that and the writer too, Victor, who has done a lot of stuff, in this vein of kind of edgy work. I just really wanted them to be different. I didn't want to stereotype them. I wanted to shock readers. I actually wanted some people to go, whoa, this is like, this is really fucked up. This is too much for me, or this is uncomfortable, or whatever the case may be. I really wanted people to look at these characters in a different light. and sometimes you got to go with a little bit of shock value there. I mean, to have George Washington, dropping F-bombs and Ben Franklin saying "suck hot science, you bastards," and blowing people's brains out and shit like that. It's like, I just felt the vernacular fit. There is nothing wrong with Old English. I love Spartacus. I love hearing about Jupiter's cock and whatever funny shit that those guys would. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Whatever, but just that whole twist. I get it, but for me personally, the inspiration was to really add another layer to these characters that was different than what you or I, the reader, would normally expect from them.
Okay.
So, and we'll just call it American vernacular. The fact that they kind of talk just like us made it more relatable. If it was certainly shocking because they've got that stereotype where they should be talking like this, but all of a sudden, oh shit, they're not. They're talking like us. All right, so let's see what's going on here. And you get such scenes as, like you said, suck hot science, motherfuckers, where they just, like, Ben Franklin has this genius idea where he opens up the back of the carriage and there's a Gatling gun, and dude's like, the fuck is that thing? And they're all sitting there, like, pumping their,
the
muskets and everything, and homeboy's got a Gatling gun. Like, things like that are just, like you said, shocking, but also interesting, and it draws you in where you want more. Like, the funniest thing was, one of our best complaints about any book is that we want more. And it's a complaint on the show that we've gotten to use very, very few times. I can probably count on one hand how often we've said, wow, shit, I wish there was more of this.
8 years.
In 8 years, less than 5 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this was one of them.
You said earlier, you said flattery will get you everywhere. I mean, come on, dude. That's really kind of you. I truly appreciate it because, I mean, just because it's my baby and I spend so much time thinking about it and, I love sharing it with people that appreciate it and that, anything that's subjective or creative, obviously, when you put something out there, you guys are on podcasts. You're putting your opinions out there. You're putting yourselves out there. I'm sure there are people that think you're buffoons. They jump your case, whatever. But they're, you're passionate for what you're doing and just going with it. It's sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and I truly appreciate that.
One of the best things I found in this was, aside from one of George's like superpowers or drawbacks, was that he couldn't lie.
Oh my
and
god!
That he had
in the last book.
In the last book.
Oh.
No, we got the map right here. We're good.
Dick.
Like,
Dick
really,
like,
asshole?
Seriously, don't you want to like pimp slap her?
Yes.
Like, what else? What are you?
I loved the Goonies. It just was so reminiscent of childhood, especially with the 30th anniversary of Goonies just passing by, like recently, and all of a sudden they find a pirate ship. I'm like, yes, of course there's a pirate ship. There needs to be a pirate ship. And they've got like everything about the book, and the fact that they decide to call themselves like a bit of a Justice League Order of the Forge, like this is us kind of thing. And what I wanted to have, I shouldn't say wanted, but what I was waiting for to happen did not happen, in that this is George Washington and he's going after the evil Baron because he's a traitor to the crown.
Yeah.
And he's like, I will defend the crown till my dying day. I can't imagine what event could possibly change my mind.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
And I'm sitting there like, what changes your mind?
Right?
What is it?
That's when you think, fucking 3 issues. Damn it.
Where's the other 3? There needs to be 6, something.
You're obviously savvy enough to notice, in keeping with the whole theme of what I tried to do there, Victor and I tried to do, George Washington, we think of him as the father of our country,
right.
And he is. I did tons of research on him, read some fascinating books about, his dilemma with protecting loyalists and not usurping power from Congress. And I mean, again, kind of nerdy stuff that interests me as a history nerd. But, at the start, he did fight for England in this time period in during the 7 Years' War, which is, what the English and the Europeans call it, Americans, we call it the American Indian or French American Indian Wars.
Yeah.
Basically England against France in this period of the early 1750s. George cut his teeth getting his ass kicked, frankly, in real battles by the French and Indians. And he was fighting for the crown. And again, people just don't either know that or really associate George with that. So, yeah, I was trying to flip as much as I could, without being over the top and garish to just a ridiculous point. But, again, I want you guys to be thinking like George Washington. Wow. I mean, he's dropping F-bombs. He's got superpowers. He's fighting for England. Like, what's this all about? And I want you to want more. And hopefully I can deliver some more for you guys. So
we hope so too, man. Honestly. And you can check out the rest of that on the Pete's Basement Extras page. We will have the entire interview up. Make sure you go watch that and hear all about Order of the Forge and how it kind of came to be and hopefully what's coming in the near future.
Very cool.
Definitely a book you want to get a hold of. It is.
Yeah, it's three
only
issues.
3 issues.
Yeah.
One of my biggest gripes about this book, this series, was that I actually wanted more. I could have read more.
Yeah.
And things happened too fast.
Yeah.
Because although it was being published through Dark Horse, it was basically self-published. Like, he hired Dark Horse to publish the book. So this is what they could afford to do.
Wow.
So, that's pretty gangster.
Yeah, and I hope to God that he did well enough to get the return on his investment. Cause
let's hope so. And guys, if you didn't get the
even for Dark Horse, it's expensive shit to do that.
Yeah, it's a risk.
Yeah,
and from what we understand, that the results have been very positive. So hopefully we'll see a sequel very soon. If you guys haven't picked it up, go on eBay or go to LCS and see if they can get the back issues.
Seriously.
If not, the trade will be out come November.
Yeah.
The story is great. The artwork is amazing. It's old school, but it's really well done.
Fun.
Yeah,
it was a fun issue. What's Mulan Revelations? Is that like Mulan, like Disney Mulan?
Oh, it's first based on the legend of Fa Mulan.
There's a real Mulan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually did do what was done in the movie. She did it for a lot more years than that. She didn't take no awards. She just went home and just chilled. After that, the legend does switch to where she's from, because depending on the dynasty. But yeah, there is a legend about Fa Mulan. And this takes that, adds a shitload of mysticism.
Yeah.
And then jumps like several thousand years into the future. Where I guess she's been reincarnated.
Yeah.
But she's special still.
Yeah.
She doesn't remember that she's that Mulan.
Right.
But
basically several generations removed, and she just happens to have the same name.
Yeah.
And I guess it's in her blood that she is
literally.
literally. That she is this chosen person.
But she doesn't know what she's chosen for yet.
We don't know what she's chosen for.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is like it starts off in ancient China, and you see her get chosen, and that's it. And then immediately just fast forward. So you have no explanation yet of what the hell's going on. So, and the same thing happens to her at the end of this issue, and you're like, okay, you have my attention.
Yeah.
Is this the first Mulan from Dark Horse, or has there been previous ones?
No, this is the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because there could be so much more. Like, they could just dive into the whole BC, China, Mulan, old school China.
Yeah.
Because there's so much mysticism, and the crazy starts a huge, massive battle.
If this series stays in the future and it has any success, I smell spinoff.
Oh yeah.
Or some type of miniseries, whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, the story has my attention. The artwork is amazing. Really imaginative. I really like the different effects they've been using to dictate these demon-like characters, and also it's really clever how the way the story unfolds is that these demons are pretty much in charge. The people in charge of society in general. Everybody has some type of technological implant, and now there's a virus that's killing them off.
Yeah.
Over 300,000 people have died so far in a couple months. These guys engineered it to find Mulan.
Oh.
You find that at the end of the first issue, like, oh shit. So,
it's good shit.
Yeah, really good stuff. So
shit.
that's why it has my attention. I'm definitely going to read the second one.
Dark Horse is always good for little mini series and kind of just dragging you in, kicking and screaming immediately.
No, I don't have
That's how I
anything
felt
like
with
that.
The Witcher, when I just jumped on that out of the blue because I'd never played the game before.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Or,
I've heard good things about this new one that just came out. The
Oh,
game.
it's fantastic. Fox Children?
Yeah.
Or the game, you mean?
The game, yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know nothing about the games. I would like to, at the very least, like go watch one of those YouTube videos and watch some other motherfucker play the game because I suck at video games. I really did. It's terrible. I'm like a grandfather. I have no idea like what's going on. I'm sitting there with the controller like this, like.
You still held your own at Street Fighter.
Street Fighter's a different ball game. It's an old school kind of it's got an old format.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
Muscle memory.
What's this Indestructible Stingray from IDW? You don't look happy.
It came out like a month ago, and
Right.
it was number 1, and I finally got around to reading it, and
What's it about? Like, is it?
They're trying to do Fathom and they fell flat on their face.
Fathom meets a little Justice League-ish,
Yeah.
and it's just flat.
Yeah. There's really no.
I mean,
no
if they're
real
doing
personality.
Fathom, does the artwork match up at least? Like,
No.
Not at
Well,
all.
the depiction of her, they draw her, and she looks pretty. I mean, the costume is pretty cool, and she's.
Yeah.
She's kind of hot. So like the weird thing is that this team of superheroes is also trying to market themselves as such. Like they are on the cover of they mentioned that they're on the cover of like Us Weekly and Entertainment
Product
Magazine.
placements,
Yeah,
other
product
shit.
placement. Like there's the whole corporate identity
right.
behind it, which is really stupid in my opinion. But
We've seen that done before, though,
Yeah.
in other superhero
Yeah, I
books.
don't
Even
remember
Secret
either one.
Identities did that, but Secret Identities was a different style of book altogether.
right. But she's
And that
kind of
other
like
one, what's that shit with, like, the superheroes are real people? Like, who's fucking gay? Who's wife and shit?
You
You know
fuck
what
my
I'm
wife?
talking about.
Yeah, I do.
I can't. Jupiter Circle.
That's no. So there's another one that came out a while ago. Then they're just like that. Yeah, there's a couple of books out like this.
That's kind of exploring the more, like, what if superheroes were realistic? Like, obviously they
Right.
would have some sort of corporate sponsorship and this and that, and at the very least, if you don't want to think of superheroes making money, it's a way to fund all the fucking gadgets and shit that they make.
Fair enough.
Whatever.
it's still stupid.
It's hey,
I don't like it. So I mean, there are a lot of different parts. Like I don't know, the character has potential. They could have, but I think it just fell flat on its face.
They did. Yeah.
we got any questions?
Yeah, we do.
All right, I love questions.
All right, let's take care of Matt's questions.
All right.
Oh boy.
Well, the first question we already took care of Periscope, and guys, you need to check us out on Periscope, where it's like, think of like an intimate one-on-one with us, where we answer.
No candlelight or nothing.
No candlelight, just crazy answering anything.
Stupid shit, man.
Stupid
Whatever.
topics. Last week was
Pete's Basement Uncut.
Hulk Dick.
Who could take Hulk Dick?
Yeah, and this week was.
This is very important comic book
Yeah.
talk, obviously.
Matt came up with Big Bertha, Molly Hayes, the adult version, and X-23, because her cooch would just keep regenerating.
But
That's
what
a
if
valid
because
point.
of gamma exposure, would it cancel out her healing factor?
No, it shouldn't.
No?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay. Fair enough.
Do you guys find it helpful when I tag you on my Tuesday new comic book release post?
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody
And this
should.
goes out to anybody out there in Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter land. All you motherfuckers that follow us on social media, first of all, thank you. And second of all, feel free to tag us in anything. Add us or even tag the picture with us in it. We are more than happy to look at your photos. Because, we follow like a good 750 people. So sometimes, even if you add us, it's myself, Ramon, Roger, Pete. We all have access to the account. So sometimes we might miss something. Sometimes we get busy at work and we don't get a chance to look at Instagram for a while and the notification fades away. So, if you definitely want us to see something, tag us in it. That easily a way to get us to notice it. Because anytime we're added, we will try to answer you. We'll
Yes,
always try to,
definitely.
We're not those assholes that are like, oh, look, somebody fucking added us. Fuck your ass. Always want to talk to you guys.
Not gonna happen.
In the past, DC has written Power Girl as saying the hole was in her costume because she always meant to put a symbol in it, but just couldn't think of a good one to use.
This goes back to another thing we were talking about on Periscope is why does Power Girl have the hole in her chest?
Yeah.
Not that, any of us are complaining.
Not at all.
Especially when it comes to cosplayers.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes, there have been some wonderful cosplayers.
If you guys have not been to a Comic-Con yet, I urge you to do so.
Fucking go.
purely because of the cosplayers.
I still remember this one cosplayer who did her in such a crazy way. We follow her on.
You weren't just following her.
No,
okay,
we follow
just
her on
making sure.
some social media. I think it's Twitter. Freya, I forget the rest of the name. She's like a health nut, but she has huge rack.
She's kind of healthy.
So she's
Quite healthy.
she pulls
She's
off
quite healthy, yes.
Power Girl
And talented.
so perfect.
So talented.
It's freaky. It's so freaky.
That's
I
my
think I
expression.
know Ivy Doom Kitty did it at least once. I'm not sure if Abby Darkstar tried her. She should.
She should.
She definitely should.
A lot of the smaller chested women can do it with tricks.
Yeah.
Push-up bra,
course.
padding,
Yeah.
tape. Actually airbrushing some lines and shit makes it look bigger.
Scaffolding.
And last but not least, can you take us on a tour of your comic collections in an extra or part of the main show? I can't. My shit's in storage. Filming in storage is just horrible, no lighting and shit.
Yeah, my stuff.
Pete, on the other hand, who has like a mausoleum upstairs.
My segment would be really, really fucking short, and on top of that, like you, my stuff is buried.
Yeah.
So
I would be more than happy to do that for you guys. We could even do that like live through Periscope one day. Just kind of,
That's a good one.
you know,
That'd be fun.
Take you on a little guided tour of the basement. I've almost got the motherfucker clean down here. Like it almost looks human.
presentable.
8 years
The
later.
side that you don't see with the fucking Bowflex and the comic books up for sale on eBay and all the rest of the swords and shit. And I can take you up to Pete's penthouse and show you the rest of the collection. I'd be more than happy to. Sounds like a great idea. Would you guys rather an extra or a Periscope or both? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, let us know.
Got nothing but time.
Do a poll and hashtag it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Hashtag Periscope.
Speaking
hashtag
of
Penthouse.
hashtags, have you guys checked out PB Top Picks yet? Because I started this a little while ago. I think so far we got 4 or 5 books up there. And mind you, it is only reserved for the best of the best of the best books that we read.
Yeah, I caught a glimpse of that list. I did notice that a book that I thought should be on that list is on that list. I'm very happy. Proud of you guys. The Thomas Alsop series.
Yes, of course.
That's a
Thomas Alsop
phenomenal
was the
series.
first one that went up. And not only because Cheezeburger, myself, and Ramon guest starred in that from
Damn
Chris
right.
Miskowitz and Palais Schmidt,
Got my
but
nuts
just
kicked.
because it was taking place in our hometown of Greenpoint, New York, and it was just an awesome ghost story, man.
Yeah.
It was just a fun read. Magic and ghosts in New York, how do you go wrong?
Oh my.
Hey, it worked with Ghostbusters.
This is something that you should definitely check out. Go search the hashtag PB Top Picks. You can see it just sitting there right on the bottom of the screen, so in case you have any trouble spelling. Search this out. We promise you this will be a very elite hashtag. Only the best of the best.
Yeah.
This is not some fly-by-night. We like the first issue and the rest of it fell off. Like, we like every issue in this series kind of thing. This is the ultimate of ultimates.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah. And we've got a lot more to start posting up. Just
Yeah.
kind of taking our time with it, you know?
Yeah, we-
Filter it out slowly.
as you should. Drag it out slowly.
The rest are Facebook and Instagram questions.
All right. Well, guys, I want to remind you this is our last week for the Legend of Zelda contest. It's fucking almost July. Where the hell did the time go? This contest has been running for 3 weeks now. It's a
Damn.
ridiculous time. Remember, you can win the Zelda Hyrule Historia art book and history book. You can win the Link statue, the Ganondorf statue, and now we are adding a free download of Cheezeburger's band Year of the Locust. All you got to do is go on petesbasement.com/LOZ contest. You can check out all the different ways to win, such as answer the trivia question. I'm still promising you guys 3 other questions. So guess it's just going to be the last week, the last hurrah. We're going to throw out some more trivia questions for you motherfuckers to answer. It didn't matter when you answer them because it's only going to be 5 points, and that's that. 5 points each. So just get on in that last week. I promise you by the time you're seeing this, those questions are up. You have my word of honor as a martial artist, as a human being, and as a comic book fan, and as a fan of
But
you
not
guys.
as a degenerate.
I am not a degenerate, sir. You can also post a picture of yourself being a Peach Basement fan. You can post a picture of yourself being a Zelda fan. You can't do both at once. Sorry. Ralphicopter doesn't know the difference. If you do both at once, you got to post it twice under each different moniker so you get the points. Those are worth 5 points each. You can also like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, fucking Google+, Tumblr, all these different things. Each of those are worth the point. Every time you share the picture on social media, once a day only, please, those count as a couple of points. Every social media that you put it on. We've had a lot of people sharing the shit almost every day.
Yes.
Cool.
These are some dedicated ass Zelda fans. Definitely awesome. Thank you guys. So get out there, sign up for the Zelda contest, and win yourself $300 worth of free shit.
Hey.
I mean, this ain't rocket science here. You don't need our boy Chris Craddock to fucking sit there and tell you that this is a smart thing to do.
Hurry up and win it before I steal it.
Seriously, I'm just not gonna even let you just get a paper mache fucking link in the mail that I just cut
Hey,
out.
listen, listen, 3D printers exist nowadays. I'm pretty sure we could get a pretty
That shit probably
accurate.
even more expensive. Well, guys, this is about that time in the show where I remind you that you can download the rest of this show as a one-off for 99 cents, and then it deletes itself after 2 days. For $1.99, you can download the thing, and it is yours to keep forever and ever and ever more. Just on your computer, you can have Pete's Basement parties and invite all your friends over. Chances are, if you're having Pete's Basement parties, you don't have many friends to begin with, and we're sorry about that. It's our fault entirely. Or for $3.99, you get the Master Sword package, which is all of the extras, the whole videos, all of the nonsense behind-the-scenes stuff that we put out during the month. Early access to the contest, early access to the show, plus 2 weeks for free for the price of 4. You start the subscription, you get the 2 weeks, you see if you like it. Obviously, you're going to because you've made it this far. And then you get the rest of the 4 weeks. If you, for whatever reason, you're a lame ass and you don't like it, you can stop the subscription and you don't even get charged after the 2 weeks. But we know you're going to like it because we like it and we like you. So therefore, logically, you have to like us, right? Right. So guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, hit us up, questions@PetesBasement.com, Facebook.com/PetesBasement, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter for up-to-the-minute reviews and rumors and news reports and all kinds of stuff. And don't forget PB Top Picks. And don't forget yearoftheLocust.com and Facebook.com/yearoftheLocust
Yes,
and
sir.
Instagram @yearoftheLocust. Right? Am I missing anything?
The Instagram has a lot of underscores, but if you just search Year of the Locust, it should pop up.
All right, fair enough. Is it like year under love the so like underscores?
Every space
like,
is an underscore.
Yeah, you guys are smart. You just figure it out.
Uh-huh.
We'll see you next week.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we didn't notice, but we did.
We're dancing with the devil right here.
You pay him
Pale
Moonlight.
Moonlight.
Even